Good morning. I'm Matt Bystrak, Superintendent of Schools for the West Seneca Central School District. It's Friday morning. It's February 12th. We've had some amazing weather over the past few days, and wandering around our buildings, it really shows. It's great to see the windows open, the kids and all of our staff in good spirits. Just wanted to offer a little update, as I've been doing the past few weeks. As everyone knows by this point, March 22nd is kind of a big day in our district. That's the day that we're bringing our kindergarten and first grade students that are in the hybrid model back in for 4 days of in-person learning per week. And also West Seniors going down to 2 cohorts, which is great. And both of our high schools are going to be going on Wednesdays as well, too, starting that week. So again, big week. A number of our students in some of our special education programs on our self-contained classrooms are also starting between next week and the week after. They're going to be going to school 5 days a week. Many of them are already in 4 days a week, but being able to squeeze out some more time. Again, this is a game of inches as opposed to yards or miles or anything like that. But so we're going to continue to look for opportunities to be able to increase in-person learning for our students. So very excited about that. Wanted to just take some time to maybe further elaborate on some of our plans. For the students in kindergarten and first grade that are in fully remote learning, as we've indicated, we're going to be making some teacher switches for those students. It was not an easy decision. We know the level of connectedness that our teachers and our students have developed by this point in the school year. But given the young age of these kids, they're 5 years old, 6 years old, and their lack of in-person experience in schools, we felt for safety reasons, but also for obviously educational purposes, it would be good if the educator that's working with them gave them their undivided attention, whether in the classroom or online. So that really comes down to those 2 key factors for us. That said, though, we are going to work to create opportunities for those fully remote students to stay connected with their classmates and their teachers that they have right now. Our principals and our teachers are working hard to come up with some creative options to make that happen. So, the other thing I wanted to say as well, and I know I've mentioned this before, but if there's any parent that has their child in a fully remote model of instruction, if you're interested in having your child return, it is dependent on space, just to be practical. But what I would encourage you to do is reach out to the building principal. We've found some pretty creative ways to be able to facilitate that process and making it happen. But really, we look at it on a case-by-case basis. So I just wanted to say that if that's something you're interested in, please just make sure you talk to the building principal. Finally, in closing, it's interesting over the past couple of weeks wandering around the building and speaking with any number of different staff members, whether it be our clerical staff or teachers or teacher aides, principals. It's interesting. I've consistently, and I'm not really sure why it's all coming up now, but over the past couple of weeks, there's been a sentiment expressed by our staff, really just commending the way in which our students are conducting themselves, in person on campus. I can tell you, over the summer when we were, trying to make plans and other superintendents and talking, there was a lot of talk about, how will we handle disciplinary issues and things like that. But I'm very pleased to say that our students have been absolutely knocking it out of the park. And that's the consistent feedback that I've received. I've also consistently received feedback that our families have been incredibly supportive and understanding. Our dismissals at the elementaries take a little while, long lines of traffic. People have been pleasant. They have been respectful, understanding, whether it's, helping kids to get connected or to log on. Some of our elementary teachers, just yesterday speaking with them, and they were worried at the beginning of the year, are these kids really going to log on when they're supposed to? But they've talked about just how incredibly supportive the parents have been, and grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever it is, in ensuring that kids are getting connected. So, I always like to take a moment to recognize and thank people for their efforts, and now I'm thanking our families and our students for all of their efforts. And as always, I'm appreciative of the entire school community for coming together in support of our students. So look forward to the weather getting nicer and seeing more and more of our students on campus more frequently. So have a good weekend, everyone.